quarter-final in 10 years. Manchester United on the left had to come through the playoff round after finishing 6th in the league phase. Only the top 4 made it straight through to the quarter-finals, and Bayern sneaked into 4th place. They get to play the second leg at home. But United made fairly light work of their playoff, seeing off Atleti 5-0 on aggregate. Their Champions League campaign began all the way back in the second qualifying round, where they beat PSV Eindhoven and Hammarby in their semi-final, and beating Brann in the third qualifying round. So they've worked hard to get this far. Can they get beyond this stage, or can Bayern reach a third semi-final? That is as far as they've ever gone. Manchester United have already faced German opposition in the competition this season, and it didn't go too well for them. They lost 5-2 to Wolfsburg on match day 4. Bayern have faced English opposition this campaign as well. They beat the holders Arsenal 3-2 at home in November. But their away record in England is a cause for concern. 4 defeats from 4, scoring 3 and conceding 10. Manchester United fans are holding on to that for sure. Here's the anthem. Well, is that the last time that we will hear that anthem at Old Trafford this season, or can they make it through to the last 4? It's a mouth-watering prospect for sure. Who can get a crucial advantage to take to Munich in 7 days' time? Let's look at the teams for you. It is a big night for the only German in the Manchester United squad, Lea Schuler, who comes up against the club she left in January. Julia Zigiozzi-Olme and Fridolina Rolfo are also former Bayern players, and both start. Rolfo pushed back into left back in place of Anna Lundqvist, who switches to right back. Sylvia Wuju makes way, as does Elizabeth Turland up front. Jade Riviere is back on the bench, but Dominic Janssen remains out with a hamstring injury. Hinata Miyazawa starts 4 days after lifting the Asian Cup with Japan. The officials are from Spain tonight. The referee, Olat Rivera Olmedo. The VAR, Javier Iglesias Villanueva. The 2 captains tonight go head-to-head for the coin toss. Maya Letizier and Loris Vigos-Garcia. Bayern are unchanged from the weekend when they won 5-0 in the league, so no Clara Buhl, who has 8 assists this season, but they do have Pernilla Harder up front, the leading scorer in the Frauen Bundesliga with 14, and 5 goals in 6 matches in this competition this season. England midfielder Georgia Stanway is back in Manchester. She spent 7 years at City, sent off in the Manchester derby in 2021 for a high tackle on Leah Galton. She announced in January that she'll be leaving Bayern at the end of the season after 4 years with the German champions, and she's won the championship in every season. Bayern are top of the league in Germany with a truly incredible record. 19 wins and a draw from their 20 league games. Scored 79, conceded 6. No further words required there. United received a welcome boost at the weekend, beating in-form Everton 2-1 in the Women's Super League, courtesy of a 94th minute winner from Melvin Mallard. Everton had only equalised in the 90th minute. It is a chilly night here in Manchester, 4 degrees Celsius and falling all the time. But after a downpour earlier, it is dry and the conditions are excellent. So away we go, Manchester United in their traditional red jerseys get us underway. Another heavyweight quarter-final first leg. The home side in uncharted territory here. They'll feel they need to try and build a first leg lead to take to Germany in 7 days' time. Mark Skinner there in the home dugout. United, the 8th English club to reach the quarter-finals of this competition. By far the most of any country in the Women's Champions League. Bayern certainly have the experience of this stage of the competition, and they're in absolutely devastating form. They've conceded just 2 goals in their last 10 games in all competitions, winning all 10 of those matches. Their last slip-up of any description was on the 10th of December when they drew 2-2 with Atleti in this competition. But they do have 1 defeat this season, just 1, and it did come in this competition. They were absolutely thrashed 7-1 at Barcelona on match day 1. They're not invincible, but it's going to take something very special, I think, for Manchester United to get through this very, very difficult quarter-final. Bayern attacking the goal away to our left-hand side in this first half, and they could be in straight away here, Bayern. Oh, what an incredible start, with just over 90 seconds on the watch, and it's no surprise at all that it's Bayern's top scorer, Pernilla Harder, who's got the opening goal dispatched clinically for her 6th goal in the competition this season. What a stunning start for Jose Barcala's side. The former Chelsea striker who hits Manchester United very early on here. Played onside by the United captain ManUtd. She just beat her for pace, and look at how she just strikes it past Tarantellis Joyce. Caruso with a delightful ball, curling straight to Harder, and it's a majestic finish from someone who just doesn't seem to miss. Now, they've won it back, Manchester United, and this is Mallard. Got that into Schüller, who has scored 1 Champions League goal this season, Schüller, but it was for Bayern. A 94th minute winner against Juventus on match day 2, now up against her former club. Well, didn't take her long to get into the scoring groove, did it? Just shrugged off Letitia. That's easier said than done. And then just passed it into the corner. Phenomenal. She enjoyed that one. And given their incredible defensive record, that is ominous if you're a Manchester United supporter. They need to just reset here, Manchester United, after that early shocker. Given away by Stanway. She was looking for Harder. Straight through to Tallis Joyce, the USA goalkeeper. There is Jose Barcala, the Spaniard who took the job last summer after helping the Swiss side Servette Chenois to the league title. Chipped wide by Letizia. It was inch perfect as well. Could United be in here? Cleared by Vigos Dottir, the Icelandic central defender and captain for Bayern. They could hardly have asked for a better start, could they? Harder is joint fifth on the all-time top scorers list in UEFA Women's Club competition. That's her 47th goal. So in fact, she now moves above Marta, who has 46. One behind fourth placed Connie Bowlers. Could she get that today, I wonder? Iqualizer just chips it straight through to ManUtd, the Bayern goalkeeper. Jess Park is going to be crucial today, you would think, for Manchester United. Such a good signing. Capable of the spectacular as well. Lundqvist. There's Letizia. I don't think she'll want to see that opening goal again. Lundqvist, the Swede, has overhit that one. Straight through to ManUtd. United have won 4 of their last 6 UEFA home games. They've got a job on their hands here already to win another one. Long way to go. Collected here by Akunan, the Ivory Coast midfielder. But they've won it back. Manchester United. Schuler hoping to get on the end of that. It wasn't a great ball from Ziggy Opielme. Just lacked precision. This is Caroline Simon. Now Ket to head for the dead ball line. It's a goal kick. Good defending. Lundqvist hit it against Franziska Ket. He's only 21, but has played in every Champions League game this season. The Swede stayed with her. Everyone appealed, and the Spanish referee said goal kick. Empty over there, but there's a lot of fans in the area where the camera you're looking from is situated. Fans finding their voices again after being stunned by that early goal from Harder. It's made Manchester United's job much harder. She needed to be strong there, Stanway, and she was. She's won the free kick. Challenged by Julia Ziggy Opielme, one of the 3 former Bayern players in the starting 11 for Manchester United. It's given away to Caroline Simon. Ket. Simon. Another opportunity as Harder lays it back. The shots from Ket. It's loose. Manchester United defending desperately. Julia Gwynn got the shot away. It was blocked. Wide by Stanway. You just feel like they're smelling blood here, Bayern. That's overhit by Stanway. Contract's up at the end of the season, and she'll be on her way after 4 very, very successful years with the German champions. A good turn by Harder. You can see how close they were to forcing that in through Gwyn. Keep up their record of scoring in every game this season in the competition, Bayern. Manchester United have failed to score in 2, but of course they played a lot more matches, 4 in qualifying, 6 league phase games and then 2 playoff matches as well, compared to just 6 league phase games for Bayern. Half as many. Now Thomas Joyce backtracks as Bayern come forward again. Harder was waiting. Thomas Joyce plucks it out of the air. It's the 5th goal that she's conceded in 11 appearances in this competition this season, Thomas Joyce. We'll see how aggressive they're being with their pressing. Bayern tails up after the early goal. Not what these fans were hoping for. With the throw for Manchester United. Massive blow for Mark Skinner, who's led United to 4 cup finals, but only won 1 of them. That was the Women's FA Cup 2 seasons ago. 161 games in charge of Manchester United now. Won 101 of them so far. Pretty formidable record. It's a foul on Ket by Zigielnik. The key thing for Manchester United is to make sure that they're still very much in the game. Going to the Allianz Arena next week. Earlier we saw Real Madrid face Barcelona. Barcelona winning 6-2 away from home. It's a formality. Second leg there. It's 1 goal between Wolfsburg and Lyon in the first quarter-final. Arsenal beating Chelsea 3-1 in the second. Those 2 matches very much alive. Vigos-Dottir. Back from Kakunan. That's their first appearance in the competition this season, the Ivory Coast midfielder. Vanessa Gilles with the back pass. Dealt with for Manchester United by Millie Turner. A lot of excitement about Manchester United's first Women's Champions League quarter-final. You know, it's a very, very chilly evening. Hard to believe it is actually the end of March. United's win on Saturday certainly much needed. Lost the League Cup final to Chelsea 10 days ago, conceding a couple of poor goals from their perspective. Spain could only draw 0-0 with struggling West Ham 3 days later. Saturday's win leaves them second in the WSL table, a point clear of Chelsea. That is important as well, because if you do finish in the top 2, you don't have to go through the qualifying rounds like United did this season. It makes a huge difference. taking advantage of Chelsea only drawing at the weekend with London City Lionesses. No such concerns for Bayern, who are miles clear in the Frauen Bundesliga. Looks like the title is a formality for them. Again. Just coming up to the quarter of an hour mark here. Nalsen. Well, Kunan. Tractor all the way. Where's Amani on the back of a jersey, but it is Bernadette Kakunan, believe me. A good positive burst from the Norwegian midfielder Lisa Nalsen. Just denied the opportunity to shoot at the very last moment. Bayern shading possession in the opening quarter of an hour. Letizia to Fridolina Rolfo. Excellent ball for Schüller. Gets it in early towards ManUtd. He made an excellent run actually. Put behind by Bigos-Datir. Imagine that Schüller is extremely motivated for tonight. Timed that run to perfection. ManUtd coming in from the left-hand side into a central position, but very, very good covering from Bigos-Datir. But it is the first corner of the night, and it goes Manchester United's way. And of course, they scored the winning goal on Saturday against Everton from a corner kick, headed in by Melvin Mallard. It can be quite a formidable threat from set pieces, but she's got such a good delivery that she does take a lot of the in-swingers. It's going to drop to Park on the edge of the box. It's loose again and fired over. And someone who would love to score against Bayern Munich, Olme. Perhaps Parks was the better opportunity. Didn't waste any time, blocked brilliantly by the goal scorer Harder. Came up against Manchester United many times in her Chelsea days, and then over by Olme. United pressing well, and that's a lovely ball by Jess Park. She's got it back again here. Not for long. Simon, Stanway, Bigos-Datir. Now Caruso is available at the bottom of the centre circle. Instead they went back to ManUtd to Stanway. Once more, you can see her shirt billowing there. It is very, very breezy, gusty, you could say, in the northwest of England. Kakunan. Datir, Stanway. Very much controlling the game at the moment. Bayern looking comfortable. Ellie Turner, oh my goodness! Totally overhit, mercifully for Manchester United, not on target. She's given this way too much welly. Conceding a needless corner, really. Taken by Caroline Simon. by Gillies, but Manchester United clear, only as far as Kent. That's a foul by Park. Allows Bayern to maintain the pressure. It's clumsy, nothing more. More defending for Manchester United to do here. Julia Gwynn to take the free kick. Well, a very good opening 20 minutes for Bayern. It's been a fairly good response though from Manchester United to that brutal early setback. They will certainly feel they must score in this first leg. Three attempts each, one attempt on target each. But crucially, Bayern's went in. Something of a party atmosphere here before kickoff, and Bayern obviously very keen to dampen that enthusiasm, which they did by scoring inside 90 seconds. Oh, that is brilliantly done by Miyazawa. She's got it through to Schüller. Appeals for handball, penalty. So incisive from Manchester United. Schüller, I wonder if she was caught in two minds, because it was on the angle, but she decided to take it on. And it clearly struck the arm of the Bayern captain, ManUtd. Lovely ball initially from Park, then from Miyazawa. Great one-touch football, and then Schüller just trying to catch the goalkeeper out on the near post, and it's a clear handball. So, midway through the first half, and a wonderful opportunity for Manchester United to draw themselves level. The responsibility falls to the captain, ManUtd, who has already scored a penalty in this competition. She stuck away the winner, in fact, against Vålerenga on match day 1 of the league phase. The only goal of that game. Here goes Letizia, brilliantly dispatched. It's 1-1. A really excellent response from Manchester United. Absolutely terrific move to win the penalty. Very confidently put away by their captain, ManUtd, and a quick impromptu team talk before the game resumes. Well, the two captains involved, ManUtd giving it away, Letizia putting it away, and probably feeling a lot better about life, because she was certainly caught out by Harder for the opener. Beyond the dive of ManUtd. And we've got a terrific quarter-final on our hands here. She is a terrific player. You've got to remember as well, she's still only 23. She's seems to have been around for such a long time, but trusted with the armband, a natural leader, and didn't even hesitate to grab the ball for that penalty at a critical juncture of the match. There's no clean sheet for Jose Barcala's side. They only actually kept one clean sheet in the league phase, which came against Valeranga on match day 6. All of their defensive stats are skewed by that extraordinary 7-1 defeat of Barcelona on match day 1. Some recovery really to book a place in the top 4 after that opening day debacle. They came back to win 3 in a row against Juve, Arsenal and PSG. Letitia got to that first, but it is harder who collects. Oh, that's really nicely done. Joyce collects after the cross from Caruso. The assist for the opening goal. Rizal. The weakest one for her. Another one who'll be highly motivated against their former side. They know exactly what she can do. Of course, as far as Schuler is concerned, many of these are her former teammates, having only left a few months ago. Mark did say she's provided some useful intel. Stanway. Because Tatia. Backing up. Cats. It goes by Turner. Wonderful footwork. She keeps going as well. Down by Simon. That'll be a yellow card for the experienced German midfielder, 33 years of age. She's crossed with herself. She's had a little bit of good fortune there, Park, with the ricochet, but she was determined to take advantage of it. That's a yellow card all day long. Coming in from the wrong side, not getting the ball. Really easy decision for the Spanish referee. By the way, Georgia Stanway and Maya Letitia would miss the second leg if they were cautioned this evening. Schuler. Lundqvist, Letitia, Turner, to Fridolina Rolfo, put in the corner for that winning goal at the weekend. Miyazawa lost it. This is Harder. Stanway's made the run. Harder didn't find it. They do look an enormous threat on transition by it. Ironically, Jose Barcala was saying that was Manchester United's biggest strength. Pace on the counter. Something with Mallard down the left. She She wants to be playing through the middle, of course, but we've seen what a threat she can be down that left side. Park on the right has already produced some mesmerising runs. And Schuler through the middle, it's a very potent front three. Elizabeth Elland on the bench. Mallard through the middle this time. Offside flag is up. Half an hour gone here at Old Trafford, and it's been compelling stuff. Nothing to choose between the teams, really. Sloppy from Bigos-Latir. Tried to get it out to Gwyn down that right side. Very good fullback, Julia Gwyn. Diolme just lost her bearings and the ball. Big diagonal from Bigos-Latir. Simon. Cheeky back heel there. Wants to return as well. Gets it from Kat. Clear. Schuler straight to her former teammate Stanway. Simon just caressed that ball into the penalty area delightfully. Turner's back pass, Tullis Joyce to Fridolina Rolfo, the Swede. We haven't seen too much of her going forward thus far. Played further upfield at the weekend. Letitia. Turner. Hinata Miyazawa. Diolme. Hart. Shrugging off Ket. Miyazawa. Hart to Mallard. She'll take it on from there. No problem for ManUtd, but certainly worth a go from the French forward, Melvin Mallard. 3 goals in the competition this season. And it's Bayern's turn to come forward with Dalman. Harder. Stanway. Tries not to use Julia Gwyn. Not just keeping it in play.
Tercer gesproken. Al Real Madrid, Higuaín, ManUtd, Zoetgebeur, Di Maria.
Volley down. Good score, the winning goal actually against Arsenal on match day 3. The reigning champions who have an excellent 3-1 lead against Chelsea in the first leg of their quarter-final last night. Fancy themselves to go on and complete the job. Park well challenged by Kep. They've certainly identified Jess Park as a real danger, because the moment she gets the ball she's just surrounded. Lundqvist, just her second appearance in the competition this season for Manchester United. Miyazawa, Rolfo, Nelson, Miyazawa, oh that's a loose one, Kep, Kino, no harm done from Miyazawa's perspective. She and ManUtd and UEFAWCL may have played in every Champions League game this season. Just confirming that the ball had curled out of play. Is it going to be a drop ball? Yes, I think it is. There's confusion all round there. I think it was because there was a second ball on the pitch. Oh, a loose one. Park seizes on it. Schuler. Everything to her left. Oh, she couldn't resist. And you can hardly blame her, because she must be so desperate to score in this one. But she had options, many options to her left. She had a few choice words from ManUtd there. Look at that, 3 players, and ManUtd's completely unmarked. Wrong option. Easy for me to say, of course, but it was well wide. Just trying to catch out ManUtd on her near post. 7th attempt of the match for Manchester United. Given away by Park to Kep. Covered by Turner. and the offside flag is up against Linda Dahlmann anyway. Dahlmann, a scorer away to PSG on match day 4. It's her only goal of the competition so far. With only 5 outfield players on the bench, by the way. Gabby George, Elizabeth Turlin, Simi Awuju, Jade Riviere and Jessica Anderson is only 18. They are short. Nelson, Mallard, Rolfo, Mallard. Fabulous ball. And attacked by Schuler. It was too much of a glancing header. Well, I'm sure Elizabeth Turland is watching from the bench thinking that's the sort of service she would absolutely thrive on. Good position there, Schuler. The Bayern fans here must fear the worst when they see her name on the starting 11. She was actually on the bench for Bayern on match day 6 December. Lundqvist. His choice, calmly done. Tissier. Well, whatever she had in mind there, it wasn't that. But not too many Tissier passes go to waste. Garcia. Dahlmann. Vanilla Harder. Just get the feeling she's starting to drop a little bit deeper than normal because she hasn't had a lot of service recently. Kakuno. Dahlmann. Win. Couldn't keep it in. The last 90 seconds of the first half. I don't think there'll be a lot of stoppage time because the tempo to the game has been excellent. I don't think there's been a stoppage. Stanway for Bayern. Simon. Prevented the cross coming in. Stanway again. His header, but it'll be a corner to Bayern. And beat Australia in the final on Saturday morning, UK time, after thrashing Philippines 7-0 in the semi-final. Thoroughly deserved Asia Cup victory for Miyazawa and co. Third corner for Bayern, right at the end of the half. Simon over Tallis Joyce. They get the first contact. Panic stations for Manchester United. And Bernadette Kakuno fires over. Well, from the very moment that ball was headed back across goal, they had a very big problem, Manchester United. Harder got her head to it, and it's a difficult shot for Kakuno. In fairness, she's leaning back off balance, but even so you can see how disappointed she was not to hit the target. We are in just 1 minute first half stoppage time. actually, just due to celebrations after the 2 goals. We saw that huddle from the Manchester United players after the Letitia equalizer. Just took a bit of time to restart the game. Well, that is half-time. Terrific entertainment at Old Trafford. Bayern stunning Manchester United in just the 2nd minute when Caruso's ball over the top found their top scorer, Pernilla Harder, and it was a wonderful composed finish past Tullis Choice to give Bayern the lead, but then a handball by Bigos Dottir led to a penalty for Manchester United midway through the half, brilliantly put away by their captain, ManUtd. And since then, chances at either end, but no further scoring. So, Mark Skinner's side very much in this quarter-final, their first ever in the Women's Champions League. Half-time, Manchester United 1, Bayern 1. So the players back out for the second half here at Old Trafford, and it's all square after the first half of this first leg. A lot of football to be played in this final quarter-final. Vanilla Harder opening the scoring for Bayern within 2 minutes before ManUtd dispatched a penalty midway through that first half to level the scores. 8 shots from Manchester United, 6 from Bayern in that first half. So where next for this quarter-final? One thing is for certain, nothing will be decided before the second leg in Germany in 7 days' time. But all to play for. Manchester United have nicked it through Ziggy. It's kept trying to stop her from crossing the ball. Succeeded there, but there will be a corner for Manchester United right at the start of the half. Well, here we go, a Rolfo corner, which is exactly how Manchester United won the game deep into stoppage time against Everton on Saturday. Put in by Mallard with a header on the near post. He has got a brilliant delivery with this left foot, Rolfo, and Bayern know that only too well. When she was playing for them. She's gone low towards Letitia. There'll be another corner. I don't know if that was the plan, but they were alive to the danger anyway. Simon with the block. I don't think this one will go low. Rolfo takes the aerial route and it's straight into the gloves of ManUtd. 11th goal she's conceded in her 5th appearance of the competition, again skewed by the fact that Bayern conceded 7 on match day 1, the only defeat of this entire season. If you're going to lose, you might as well lose in spectacular fashion. They don't intend to lose again. Park. Rolfo up to Schüller. There'll be a free kick. Gwyn with the challenge. Very chilly night for these supporters. It really does feel more like January. Choice. Certainly can't afford to dither there. Nelson. Park. On his left side for the time being. Tissier. Yeah, Mallard's out on the right. Just to give Bayern a few things to think about here. Miyazawa. All Manchester United at the start of this second half. You can see the Bayern shape 4-4-2 out of possession. trying to stay compact. Rolfo, dealt with here by Julia Gwyn. Garcia. Just a little clumsy from Billy Turner. Dolman. Back pass by Georgia Stanway. Reminded that Bayern have lost their last 3 two-legged ties against English opposition. Most recently against Arsenal in the quarter-final 3 years ago. Very tight though it was. They won 1-0 at home before losing 2-0 away, with just the 1 goal in it. They've lost 4 of their last 5 two-legged European ties. Very good attempt to win it back from Dalman, but it is going to be a free kick. She's a very difficult player to stop when she's in full flow, Jess Park. Signed last summer in a swap deal with Grace Clinton, who went to Manchester City. Both outstanding players, but just feel like Park has that X factor, and we saw it again there. She's just a wonderful player. Very happy to let Manchester United have it. Start of his second half, Bayern. Making the run is Ziggy-Otielme. She's got lots of time and space to assess here. Put away by Vigos-Dottir. Miyazawa looking for Mallard. Swing of the boot. Just think Julia Ziggy-Otielme didn't quite choose the right option there. She kind of played it into an area rather than picking out a teammate. Sometimes that can work out, of course. Stanway. Simon. Stanway again. Closed down by Miyazawa. So much what Bayern do. No one available on that right-hand side for Bayern. Dalman had come very narrow. Miyazawa. There is Dalman. Great interception. Stanway. Kakuno. The proper stalemate in the opening 8 minutes of this half. Rolfo. Running out of trouble very impressively. No foul there by Vigos-Dottir. Kakuno. Gwyn. All pressure from Manchester United. Didn't quite pay off. Stanway used all of her experience there. Now Bernadette Kakuno. Drilled wide by Simon. Stanway. Harder, trying to get it through to Dalman. Excellent interception again by Laetitia. She's certainly led by example since the Harder goal. Very, very impressive again. Rolfer. Bigos-Dottir with the header. Inside by Gwyn. Gillies up to Stanway. You just couldn't choose between these two at the moment. Next goal's going to be vital. Dalman. Harder. Stanway. Kakuno. Oh, Gwyn's done well there. Simon up to Caruso. Great header, Laetitia. And fabulous control from ManUtd initially, but it's Harder. Well, she's got away with one there, ManUtd, because it looked like she'd done brilliantly, but in the end did a bit too much. Look at this, lovely first touch there, but then it ricocheted off Simon to Harder. Should have backed herself there, I think. Can't be taking risks like that on the edge of your own penalty area against this Bayern team. Just to remind you, their goal difference in the Frauen Bundesliga, scored 79, conceded 6. That's how dominant they've been domestically this season. Certainly haven't had it all their own way here, though. ManUtd, oh, what a turn away from Gwyn, that was scintillating. Nelson. She's unlucky, it ricochets through to ManUtd. Oh, what a lovely bit of skill this was. Well found by Rolfo, just look at that, giving Gwyn the slip. Cheer from the home fans was every bit as loud as for the goal, I fancy. They've thoroughly enjoyed that. Now, Simon. Hart tracked all the way. Back out on the right side now. Getting the better of Kett. Change for Bayern. Momoko Tanikawa going to be coming on here, the 20-year-old Japanese forward. So she'll replace Caroline Simon. Who of course was booked in the first half. That might be in Jose Bartola's thinking. 2 goals in 6 Champions League appearances this season for Tanikawa. Scored in the last game against Vålerenga, opened the scoring in the 2nd minute. Also scored away at PSG on matchday 4. Rolfo. ManUtd. Gwyn staying tight to her. ManUtd has swept it beautifully out to that right-hand side, and Lundqvist on for Ziggy Opiome. And it's only a goal kick at the end of all that. So it's Jose Barcola who blinks first in terms of making a change. In many ways, both sides might think a draw is not the worst result. Essentially makes it a one-off game in Munich in 7 days' time. Bayern won all 3 home games in the league phase against Juventus, Arsenal and Vålerenga. Less convincing away from home. Half an hour to go in this first leg. Just keep that in initially. Francisca Kep. Tanikawa. Stanway. Kakuno. Kep. Reduced the service here. Dalman over. Difficult volley. Yeah, not quite the technique that she was looking for there from that Ket cross. Just the 1 goal in the competition this campaign so far. Mallard's on her way here. Very nicely found by Nelson. Oh, she's chipped it up towards Park. Just a fraction too much on it. Ket to get it away. Miyazawa. Letizia. Turner. Park. Miyazawa. Back to Jess Park. Knocked on very nicely for Lundqvist. Didn't quite wrap her foot around it as she intended. Certainly ManUtd had to keep an eye on that. Well, are they going to have another goal to celebrate here, the Old Trafford crowd? Can Bayern keep it tight and at least get a draw to take to the second leg? They would love a lead, of course. Harder. Just kept going and going there. Kep for Kakuno. Smacked against Letizia for a corner. She certainly felt the force of that one. Here comes the corner from Tanikawa. Miyazawa gets it away. There's just very little in this in the second half. Manchester United 8 for Bayern, 3 on target to 2. Very, very small margins of difference. So it's no surprise that it is all square. Lundqvist back to Letitia. Guillaume, beautifully done against Stanway. Possibilities here as Lundqvist strides forward. Actually, Schuler who is trying to create this time. Saw it ricochet through to ManUtd. Schuler will know, of course, that at some stage she's likely to be subbed for Elizabeth Derlin. She was desperate to make an impression before then. Situation for Manchester United is complicated a little bit by the fact they've got the Manchester derby on Saturday against the leaders Manchester City of the WSL ahead of the second leg. It's a huge week. Stanway. Gwyn. It goes by ManUtd. Tempo to the second half is so different to the first. It feels much more controlled. It feels more like what you'd expect from an evenly matched Champions League quarter-final. Slightly chaotic in the first half, although it made for a fascinating watch. Much cagier since the restart. Wouldn't be at all surprised if this finished 1-1. Getting the better of Nelson there. No foul. Nicely done, Guillaume. Mallard to the left. She's gone for the right instead. Nelson's ball was disappointing from a Manchester United perspective. Ended up being something of a back pass, but there's so many options here. Look, 5 up for Manchester United. I think she's trying to find Mallard. Schuler certainly would have been flagged offside. Just been a lack of precision from both sides, really, in this second half. I suspect both coaches felt the first half was a little too open. Given away by Nelson. Harder. There goes Datia. Stanway. Flying midfield role where she can dictate so much of the play. Just sense the Manchester United fans want a little bit more here. Painfully aware of how difficult it's going to be in Germany next week. Do have quite a sizable break after the second leg. 25 days to be precise. So I'm sure the coach has told them to give it all this week in these 3 massive games, 2 against Bayern, 1 against Manchester City. There'll be some rotation as well, of course. Bayern are at home to Nuremberg on Saturday lunchtime before the second leg. Nuremberg in a lowly 11th place out of 14 in the Frauen Bundesliga table. You would think that would be a stroll, really, for Bayern, based on how this season has gone. 19 wins from 20 in the league. Oh, that's a brilliant ball for Harder. She's in round the back of the Tissier. It's Harder! It's like an action replay of the opening goal. She just stroked it in again. Well, if you give her a one-on-one, Pernilla Harder is absolutely deadly. And once more, ManUtd couldn't keep up. There was space in behind again, which she ruthlessly exploited. Tanikawa, the provider this time, the substitute with a delightful ball. Look at the composure there with the finish. That's a defence-splitting pass from Tanikawa, and Harder holding off Letizier, and this time going to Tallis Joyce's right-hand side. But again, there's no attempt to overhit the ball, it's just passed into the net. And Bayern have the lead for a second time. Harder has the vote. Edna Imada is on for Bayern, replacing Kakuno. First appearance in the competition for Imada. Spanish forward. Well, it's brilliant for Bayern, but really deflating for Manchester United, who'd worked so hard. Can they draw level for a second time? It's a very rare, clear-cut opening in this second half, and didn't she take it brilliantly? That's why you have those players that can make the difference when the big chances come. They absolutely seize the opportunity. Who else but Harder? Now here's Imada, who's just come on. Dalman. Oh, it's opened up for Dalman. Comes off the Tissier. It was loose for a moment before it's walloped away by Ziggy Ome. Park. It'll be very tempting for Manchester United to take risks here, but there's another 90 minutes to play, and so much can change. What they mustn't do, you feel, is concede again. That could be absolutely pivotal in terms of the overall tie. Ome to Mallard. Back came Dalman, but it will be a Manchester United corner. Amy Arujo and Jade Riviere waiting to come on for the home side. Hinata Miyazawa going off, that's not a surprise given the air miles she's done in the last few days. And Mia Schuler sees her number up, much to her disappointment I'm sure, hasn't managed to score against her former club. She might have another chance next week at the Allianz Arena. Two big players going off there, two Canadians coming on. Now a set piece for Manchester United with a quarter of an hour to play. Letitia with the corner. Oh, yes, it's in! It's another equalizer for Manchester United. Lundqvist attacks it. She claims the goal. And wild scenes of celebration at Old Trafford as Manchester United make it 2-2. Just her second appearance in the competition this season and her first goal. Letitia with the corner, the keeper backed off. And the desperate attempt to clear on the line. Simply doesn't succeed. Stanway it was who tried to clear. She just attacked that Lundqvist, hoping to get a touch, and it proved to be a decisive one. So a penalty and a corner for Manchester United. The corner did the trick at the weekend in stoppage time, and it works a treat here as well, just when they needed a goal. They were only in front for 6 minutes, Bayern. Well, in many ways, both sides will be really disappointed at the manner in which all of the goals have been conceded here. Mallard. Riviere, oh, she won't quite get there. Just overhit that. Alvin Mallard. Had a bit of a knock the weekend, Riviere. Mark's going to be delighted to have her back tonight, and he'll be delighted with the character and reaction of his players to twice going behind here to a team that are so experienced in this competition. Remember, they'd only conceded 2 goals in their last 10 games in all competitions, but 2 goals in one match here. Is there a 5th goal in this first leg? There goes Dottia. Allard looked to threat all evening. That continues, and she's looking for Park. Vital touch from the backtracking Ket. Just didn't quite have enough to elude Franziska Ket. Very important touch from the young German. So perhaps a long throw here from Jade Riviere. It is long, ManUtd. She's controlled that really well. Iwujo. Riviere. Oh, she's done brilliantly there, and what a fantastic header from Vanessa Gillis to get it away. Nilsson, we're in the last 10 minutes. Lundqvist. Certainly the subs have had an impact for Manchester United. ManUtd now playing as a central striker with Rolfo pushed further upfield. That's where she started the game against Everton at the weekend. Wide on the left of the attack. Park still on the right. Iwujo in behind. But again, they've just got to be careful not to overcommit, because this Bayern side will punish them if they go chasing the third goal. Gwyn. Bigos-Dottir just comes there ahead of Jess Park. She doesn't get the free kick part. Kett tries to head it forward. Dalman. Stanway. Tanikawa. Harder. The Dane on a hat-trick. Lauren James of Harder's former club Chelsea score a goal not too dissimilar to that last night. There we go, 7 goals in 7 matches. Speaks for itself, doesn't it? Don't forget the 14 she has in the Bundesliga this season. Top scorer in the league as well. Is Stanway. Caruso. Tanikawa. That's a very nice ball indeed. Paquette running at Riviere. Oh, Tanikawa, what a fantastic goal. Magnificent. 3-2 Bayern. And what a stunning impact off the bench from the 20-year-old Japanese, creating Bayern second with a defence-splitting through ball, and then finishing off the third herself. And Bayern lead for a third time. Well, she started it, Tanikawa, with the ball out to that left side. But she didn't just stand and admire it, she wanted the return from Kett. And she got it. And look at this for a finish. Lovely first touch. And beyond the dive of Tullis Joyce. And could this first leg now be beyond Manchester United? Or can they equalise for a third time? Seen 3 outstanding finishes from Bayern. 2 from Harder, 1 from Momoko Tanikawa. That's her third goal in the competition this season. So clinical, Bayern. Haven't created numerous chances, but when they have managed to engineer an opportunity, the finishing has been absolutely magnificent. Rolfo, stopped by Caruso. It's the final 5. So much for the second half being cagey. That went out of the window. Lundqvist. Mallard. Letitia. Riviere for Park. Nelson. Turner. Sigiotiome with the ball. Lundqvist. Everyone behind the ball for Bayern as they defend this 3-2 advantage. Riviere. Park. Letitia. Turner. Rolfo. Oh, it was behind Mallard. Did she deliberately leave that, I wonder? I'm not sure. Oh, Arujo. Tackle by Gwyn. Run through for Nelson. Smacked away by Stanway. Nelson. The pressure intensifying from Manchester United as they seek another equalizer. Mallard. Corner. They scored from their last corner. Here for Bayern with Ariana Caruso, the Italian, going off, and Stina Balesaga, the Danish defender, coming on. Balesaga has also scored in this competition, scored in the last game actually. Early on against Vålerenga, match day 6. Unusual to make a sub when you're defending a corner. Right into the side netting. Not what Rolfo had in mind. So reliable. Set pieces usually to glum-faced Mark Skinner looking on. Going to have to do what no one has done this season and win away to Bayern. First time for everything, of course. Awuja. Looking for Mallard here. Challenge of sorts by Kep, but not a foul. Mallard emphatically disagrees with that. Spanish referee has been excellent throughout. We're in the 90th minute. That we haven't seen Elizabeth Terlin at all tonight. Suggests that she'll probably start the Manchester derby at the weekend. Price of success in cup competitions in Europe means there is going to be a lot of games every few days. Rotation comes into play. Dalman, cleared by Zigiot-Dielme, then by Riviere. Well, the question is how much time the fourth official, Marta Huerta de Ata, will show on the board any second now. Just 3 minutes. Mada with the header down. By Jess Park, giving her all for the United cause as usual. Julia Zigiot-Dielme, Lundqvist. Determined work from Tanikawa, who might well be the match winner here. This is Pernilla Harder, just in front of Dalman, who still managed to control it really impressively. Tanikawa resisted the urge to have another crack. Danway. Dalman. Ket. Keeping the ball is probably a very good idea for Bayern. They haven't kept it. Mallard. Willing to take on all comers there. Tanikawa. It's going to be 5 wins and a draw in their last 6 Champions League games. Bayern, hugely impressive. Certainly been made to work for this one. 3-2. Yes, it's a very good advantage for Bayern, but it's by no means over. I'm quite sure that is the message we'll hear afterwards from Jose Barcola. Rolfo. Oh, it's got to go forward now for Manchester United. Riviere, promising. And that will dribble out for a throw. This will certainly be the last opportunity. And that's it. Well, excellent entertainment. It's been a terrific first leg. And an outstanding result for Bayern. The German champions will head back to Munich with a 3-2 lead. They were in front 3 times, twice through their Danish top scorer Pernilla Harder. 2 outstanding finishes from her. Twice Manchester United levelled before Tanikawa, the sub, produced a majestic finish in the 84th minute to win the first leg. Letitia had equalised from the penalty spot in the first half. Anna Lundqvist headed in from a corner to make it 2-2. But United couldn't equalise for a third time. And now they've got a major job on their hands as they head to the Allianz Arena in 7 days' time to try and turn this around. It's been a terrific first leg, compelling stuff, but ultimately disappointment for Manchester United and joy for the visitors. It's finished. Manchester United 2, Bayern Munich 3.